What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Tour Junkies podcast for the 2022 Fortinet Championship presented to you by Covers. Winning starts at covers.com. It's where winners go and where winners have been going for 25 years. It's not some fly-by-night operation, okay? This is legit. Okay, Covers has you covered for all sports betting content, especially as the NFL season has kicked off. They've got a ton of great NFL stuff over there. I mean, Adam Chernoff's over there. He's super sharp. Brandon DeBray's delivering your anytime touchdown props. I mean, it's just they've got the whole thing going over there at covers.com. So, you know, if you're interested in betting football, which most people are, I would go over there to covers.com. All right. But we are the Tour Junkies, and we are only talking about golf on this show. Maybe we might get into a little something extra. Occasionally, Pat will be watching the Monday night game, pissed off.
Yeah,
Fantasy.
I kinda am tonight, but I don't know. It's not going my way, so I'm not
Let
really
me
gonna.
check. I'm sure mine's already dead in the water now. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm still alive. Still alive. Anyway, we're here to talk about the Fortinet. It's the first event of the 2022-2023 PGA Tour season. It's the last first event of the wraparound because that's going to be done away with after this year with the new changes. And we've got a fresh batch of rookies coming off the Corn Ferry Tour. We're going to talk about a few of those tonight. I think there's a lot of value to be had there. But we're talking outright winners. We're talking top 20s tonight on the betting show, Pat. And if you want more information on how the golf course is set up, how it's supposed to be playing, you can check that out on the YouTube channel and the podcast feed as well. I did a full course breakdown on Silverado, everything you need to know and nothing you don't in just 13 minutes if you're betting in any capacity on this golf tournament. Okay, any capacity at all, right there on that video or podcast. You know, we've had some. I think I just think in general, Pat. I think in general, we're due for long shot season this entire
yes.
year, the whole
Yeah.
year, not just today, but just the whole year.
Last year was a very chalky year,
God, it was so terrible.
and it was I mean, we had a good start to the season,
Mhm.
but just the way it finished was just I mean, it just didn't and just I didn't like it. I
We
didn't
had
like
a great year. I mean, we hit 14 outright winners. Again, for the second year in a row, my betting card, Big Balls betting card, was up. I was up 21 units this year, which is less than the previous year, but we're up 21 units betting on nothing but outrights over 25 to 1. So we had a good year. It just wasn't, it could have been really special, you know? And that's how betting goes. That's how golf betting goes for sure. I mean, it's one or two shots here and there, and it's a couple of different, it's a few different tournaments out of what, 40, going your way, and it can make a big, big difference. But we definitely saw a lot of short numbers favorites win a lot of golf tournaments last year.
yeah, we did.
Now, this fall, we've got what, like 10 or 11 events coming up with the Fortinet being the first one. That's usually where we do see more long shot winners because you don't have the top heavy, strongest, highest ranked world golf ranking people in the field. And now with the live stuff and the bifurcation of players being tossed around and not being able to play everywhere, I think it's even more so. So, you know, if there was ever an opportunity for you to really take down some big wins, some big numbers, the kind that you tell your buddies about, the kind that you remember, I
Yeah.
think it's in the next few months, and I'm excited about it. And really, the Fortinet has produced some decent long shots. I mean, we're not talking about a ton of triple digit winners, but Max Homa last year, your defending champion, won at 60 to 1. Before that, Stuart Sink shocking the world with his added distance, set the 72 hole course record, shooting 21 under here and won at 200 to 1. Before that, you had Long Dong Cam Champ at 80 to 1. Kevin Tway won this event. Now, you know what's more shocking, Pat, than hearing that Kevin Tway won this tournament? You know what's more shocking?
That Brendan Steele won it twice.
No, that he won it at 66 to 1.
Yeah. Well, he did have a like a time where he was
I mean,
in that range.
we were podcasting when he won, but I was like, when I saw it, I was like, "What? Kevin Tway was ever 66 to 1? Holy crap!"
I mean, he's Bob Tway's son. Come on, DB.
Yeah, anyway, the shortest number you've had win this thing in recent history is Brendan Steele, as you mentioned, when he won it his second year of back-to-back wins at 33-1. So, this could definitely be long shot season, and I'm here for it. I think we get the season off to a hot start and we get this going. And for that reason, we talk about the favorites up to 25-1 here at the top of the betting board. There ain't one. I mean, if I were gonna bet on one, I like Max Homa at 15-1. That would be it. But 15-1, probably, if you're used to betting on the NFL. God, I keep forgetting this. If you're used to betting on the NFL, you get real jazzed up over 15-1. That's like, I don't know how many teams, three team parlay or something. But that would be it for me. I'm staying away from basically the whole range. But the bet that I hate the most in here, I got a feeling you're gonna disagree with, is Corey Connors at 18-1 because I kind of could get down with him in DFS. We just did the DFS show. I could kind of get down with him with you playing him in DFS. I think he's going to be a pivot up there. I think you're going to get some leverage on him, and you don't have to have him win at his price. But I mean, do we really see Corey Connors converting with the putter on POA at this golf course? Do we see that?
Who knows? Who knows? He's had a few weeks off. Maybe he spent all of that time on a POA mat, a mat that emulates POA greens, and that's all he did.
Dude, do they make those? If they don't, wait a minute. Like, to emulate POA greens, if you had a regular putting mat and then you just sprinkle some coarse ground black pepper or something on it,
You just put something on there to make it
bumpy.
bouncy. Just make it bouncy.
Yeah, then you're there.
And he knows how to read bouncy greens.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know, but I
you
think,
got me convinced.
there's only 3 guys really in this range that we're talking about, shorter than 25-1. Hideki, Max Homa, and Corey Connors. If I'm gonna bet any of them, I'm gonna take the longest odds here, which is Corey Connors at 18-1.
I
Other
mean,
than that,
for three little points less, you get
give
a
me the 3 points.
four-time PGA
Sure.
Tour winner and a guy in way better form who actually can roll the rock in Max Homa. Like, there's zero. Come on, Pat. Like, I know Corey, you talked about him on DraftKings, but there's just stop
Connors,
for a second. 15-1 Max Homa versus.
just because of the putting? Like, how many times do you only look at putting stats for a guy in a tournament?
I know, but I'm saying compared to Max Homa, so it's not just putting; it's literally everything. Like, Max is better at literally everything. So for three little points less, you get Max Homa.
Max isn't better at everything.
He's a better total driver of the golf ball. His irons are probably as good, if not better. Come on.
How are his irons good when what I'm looking at shows him as 94th in the field in strokes gained approach, and Corey Connors is 3rd?
Okay, his
Okay.
irons are slightly worse, but I'm looking at the last 50 rounds. He's 19th, and Connors
Okay.
is 1st. Okay, so Connors' irons are better, sure.
Okay, yeah, give me that at least.
Okay, but win equity. You got to win. He can't finish second. He can't finish third.
Connors can win.
I
Connors
know
can
he can
win.
win, but versus Max Homa, Max Homa.
I would take Corey Connors. Yes.
Oh, I have a game I want to play. Pat, I'm going to surprise you with this. You ready?
Great.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Pat, we're going to have fun here. We're going to have fun. You ready? I'm going to share my screen. This is fun. You're going to like this. I promise. I'm going to pull up the world golf ranking. Okay. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. We've never done this before. We're going to take a bet. We're going to make bets. But we're really we're not betting against ourselves. We're betting together. I want you to pick one name in the top 50 players in the world right now, as of the start of this PGA Tour season. They have to be on the PGA Tour, not live. Okay? Pick one name on the PGA Tour that is currently in the top 50 in the world golf ranking that you think will not win a golf tournament before this time next year. So in this season, they will not win a PGA Tour event or a worldwide, you know what I mean, like an
Yeah.
event on the calendar. They will not win. If they win, you have to attend and document your attendance a WNBA game
Why does it have to be a WNBA game?
because that would be miserable.
Oh. Well,
If
people like WNBA.
great, it would suck for you and I. If both of our guys win, we can go together. And we can be two dudes at a WNBA game.
Okay. All right.
So I'm guessing I probably need to scroll a little bit because we're
Yeah, because I can't, and I feel like I need my readers.
let's start. Let's actually start at 50. Who's the 50th ranked guy right now? All right, it's Patrick Reed. He's on Live. That doesn't count. So we got Mito Pereira, Ryan Fox, who's not on the PGA Tour, so you can't pick Ryan Fox.
And I can't pick
Mito,
HB3.
Keegan, Harris English, Tom Hoagie, HV3, KH Lee, Seamus Power, Sepp Straka, Thomas Peters, Aaron Wise, Brian Harmon, live. Daniel Berger. I mean, is Berger ever going to play golf again? Adam Scott, Tommy Fleetwood can't win anything. T-Rail Hatton, Kisner, is he going to win anything ever again? Maybe match play. Corey Connors. Tom Kim, is he a flash in the pan? God, he's 21st in the world. Shane Lowry just won the BMW.
There's two already that jump off the page at me.
Okay, who are those?
Tom Hoagie,
Really?
who I like. I could actually probably pick him to win this week. I tell you, I think could not win a tournament that's up really high on this list. Billy Horschel.
Yeah. I mean, that's not what I would be risking my WNBA attendance on. You're not going to get bonus points for picking the highest ranked guy to not win. There's no bonus points here. This is
I
just,
know I'm just
this
kind
is
of looking through
survival.
here. I'm scrolling through here. I don't see.
This is so that throughout the year, when the inevitable, moment or two or three, whatever, that this guy is in contention, you are just hoping it doesn't pull through, right? And you just want to survive. I'm not picking Billy Horschel. I mean, I do kind of I smell what you're stepping in a little bit because
Yeah.
I could see him not winning either. I think that starts to get, he's in that range. But I mean, I'm not going to take Billy Ho over freaking, Harris English right now, coming off the injury, right? Or I mean, KH Lee, he can only win the Byron Nelson. Can he really win the Byron Nelson 3 years in a row?
I think I'm gonna go Tom Hoagie.
Dang, dude, I would not pick Hoagie. Like I would take Hoagie to win. Man, okay. All right. I'm gonna go with I'm tempted to take Brian Harmon, but you know what? I bet that little mother effer so many times, and I guarantee you if I pick him and then I stop betting him because I've picked him, he's gonna win. I'm tempted to go Harmon. I'm also tempted to go Berger, but like the risk with Berger is like he's obviously really good if he's ever healthy again. I'm tempted to go Kisner. I don't think Kiz is gonna win. But I can't do that. That would be bad for the brand.
How about after all this, like changing subjects just a little bit? After all the times that I was betting Shane freaking Lowry all year long.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Oh, he was on
freaking-
my card so much.
and he wins this past weekend. Damn
So
it.
much. Okay, I am going to go with
Oh wait, by the way, is this worldwide wins, right?
well, I kind of said on the PGA Tour schedule. So like
Because you got Thomas Peters sitting right there.
yeah, which I think he's probably playing a full tour schedule, is he? I don't know. This is tough. This is very tough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go KH Lee. I don't think KH. He's I love the South Koreans, but I'm going Cashley. He's the 41st ranked golfer in the world. Why is my what is
Why is your
happening?
phone ringing?
What?
I thought that was mine for a second. I was like, what the
I don't know why somebody's FaceTiming me right now. All right, so there we go. That's our bet. If Cashley or Tom Hoagie wins, this season, then we're going to a WNBA event, maybe together. Maybe that could actually be a good time, Pat.
Be fun.
All right. Next range on the board up to 75 to 1. There's a ton of good names in here, man. We talked about a handful of these guys, a lot of these guys in the DraftKings show, but now it's a different animal. You're talking about can they close the door and get it done? The first name on my list, and I talked about him in the First Look betting show this week, is Taylor Pendrith at 30 to 1 on DraftKings. Pendrith just came so close to closing the door and getting it done this past season. He gets the nod for the President's Cup. The big hitting Canadian can cheat code Silverado like Cam Champ did. 30 to 1. That was the first click for me this morning, and he's still a click for me right now. I like him. My betting card, I can assure you, will start with Taylor Pendrith at 30 to 1. And I'm tempted to go Cam Davis as well. I might as well. I mean, he's 29 to FanDuel, 29 to 1. Cam
He's
Davis.
actually moved to 30 to 1 on points bet.
Ooh, okay. 30 to 1
To
points
get
bet.
you that one extra point on points bet.
Get that dot, baby. Let me get that dot, that little extra dot. 30 to 1 points bet. I'll take that. I really love the combo of Davis and Pendrith. I like the skill sets here for both men. Thomas Dietrich at 55 to 1. I like a good bit as well. Just finished 5th at the BMW in the UK. Full-time tour status this year. I like that. So those are the three for me. I mean, I like the young guy, Taylor Montgomery, but I might hold off on the outright winning ticket just for now.
Okay. For me in this range, a few guys. I like Davis. I mentioned him at 30 to 1. I like Grillo at 40 to 1. He's won here before. A guy that's been playing well recently. I mean, he almost won a few weeks ago. And Grillo, I feel like is always like he's just a tease,
I think he's got baby swag coming too. I don't know if she's had the baby yet, but I think they're pregnant.
Well, that'd be nice too. But
Happy factor. He hasn't won since he won this event, right?
I know, which is crazy.
2015 or 16?
Yeah. Just hits the ball so well. Just make some putts, Emiliano.
40 to 1, though. I don't love that value for him.
Okay. Andrew Putnam is 60 to 1. I like Putnam. We talked about him a little bit on the DFS show, but we kind of beat around the bush with him. We didn't really.
He feels like a guy that you just like. I don't want to tell anybody, but I'm kind of into Andrew Putnam.
Yeah, he's like the music that you like.
Long hair. Does he still have?
I don't know
like
if he
Aaron
does.
Rodgers like hair. Like it's kind of like the hair. Have you seen that?
In Tommy Boy when they're. You have that guilty pleasure music, and they're like singing this song, and they're like a song comes on the radio, and they look at each other, and they're like, and then the next thing you know, they're like singing at the top of their lungs, flying down the road.
Streets back, all right. Yeah. By the way, the most embarrassing guilty pleasure answer to that question that we have ever had on the Tour Junkies podcast, because we asked that question in a lot of our interviews, came from Matt Naismith. I just interviewed him. We haven't dropped that interview yet, and Pat, you weren't on that one. But when you hear his answer to that question, you're gonna be like, "You're kidding me." I mean, it was genuinely embarrassing.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
called a tease. So when that one drops, everybody needs to go listen to it. Anyway,
I feel like Andrew Putnam's that guy. Like we're both like going down the street, like looking at each other, like, "Hey, I kind of like Putnam."
Hey man,
I kind of like Putnam too.
Roll the windows up and play a little bit of that Putnam.
Yeah,
Just not too loud.
so I like him at 60 to 1. I like Justin Suh, 60 to 1 also. Corn Ferry guy, scorer, plenty of experience on both tours. I will say this because I go sometimes. I don't look just at value. Like I know you kind of tend to lean towards what's the value play. You like a value stock, DB. Okay, you like a target. You like a Walmart, something like that, okay? That's
Service merchandise.
like not that anyway. But sometimes I just feel like you got to go with a guy you just think can win. I think he can win. I don't care what the value is. I don't care if you think a Corn Ferry guy should be 100-1 versus 85-1 or whatever. So I like Justin Suh. But a PGA Tour guy that I like, I do think has some value. Wyndham Clark at 65-1. Long off the tee, playing really well lately. Putts. He's a great putter. Great putter.
Guy can't win.
65-1.
I'm just convinced he can't win. I'm tired of him. I'm tired.
Would you rather play Patrick Rogers
don't do this
at
to me.
100-1 or
Don't do this to me.
Wyndham Clark at 65-1?
Oh God, I think I'd honestly rather have Rogers
At 100-1?
I think if both guys were 65-1, I'd rather have Rogers.
Okay.
I don't like either one of them. I mean, I do, but I like them to my detriment, to my lost units.
I mean,
I've splooged a lot of units on those two in the last 2 years.
okay.
I guess when I'm talking about value sometimes, like, I look at it's like when you get to a certain range and if you, like, look at all the guys that you like in that range, and then you go, "Okay, you can't bet you're not gonna bet all of these guys." So, of all the guys in this, like, 50 to 60-1 spot, right? Like, who are the two or three that you like the most? Like, Suh's not gonna make that cut for me there. It's like what we were arguing about with Homa and Connors. If we're gonna play one up top, if you're gonna bet one up top, then Connors gets hacked, even though he's the longer number for me. That's kind of how I do it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just what I end up doing because I'm trying not to bet everybody in the range that I like. Yeah. So, okay. You know what else is a good value, Pat? Is it's valuable to hold on to your hair because some of y'all are letting it go. And we've been talking about it for a little bit now. We've been partnering with Nutrafol for a minute and choosing between, hair growth and not hair growth. You should choose hair growth because ladies like your hair. And there's a holistic solution for men that promotes healthier hair and whole body wellness. Get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol's whole body approach to hair growth. No drugs, no compromises. Okay. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Their hair growth nutraceuticals. I think I did that
That
right.
cannot be a word that you said.
Nutraceuticals. Sorry, it's like pharmaceuticals, but Nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target, not single target, multi-target the root causes of thinning hair, including stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging, and lifestyle through whole body health. Physician formulated using natural medical grade ingredients, Nutrafol's drug-free patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sexual health either. And in a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after just 3 and 6 months, and they're trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 bottom doctors. No, top doctors.
Top doctors.
You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com/men and entering promo code Tour Junkies to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere and is only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, promo code Tour Junkies. Get you some of that hair hitter.
/men. That gets me every time. Let's get kinky.
All right. Now we're talking bombs over 75-1 up to 130-1. Looking at the Fortinet. By the way, I do want to remind people, speaking of interviews, we got a lot of good interviews out right now, and we got more coming. So be paying attention to the YouTube channel, the podcast feed. We've already dropped Eric Van Rooyen, Grayson Sigg, both very good interviews, very good discussions. Both guys very candid, had some live talk. Grayson shared some interesting stuff about challenges of being a rookie on the PGA Tour that I had not thought of, and I bet you hadn't either. Uh, those are good talks. I've also been interviewing a lot of these Corn Ferry Tour graduates, trying to get to know their game, what they like, what they're good at, what they're not, what they're working on. And those are a little bit shorter. Those are going to be dropping here very shortly. Starting this week, names you're going to want to need to know because these guys are going to be cheap in DraftKings and DFS. They're going to be long odds on the sports books. And you can take advantage if you're a little more educated. So pay attention to the podcast feed, the YouTube channel. Those are coming out. Also, the heavy petting email will start this week. We'll have a couple of guys, Corn Ferry Tour graduates, that will be highlighting and giving you what you need to know about what type of players these are, trying to familiarize you with the rookies on tour because there is an edge to be had when these guys start popping off. Who knows? One of these guys could be the next Cam Young, the next Will Zalatoris. So I mean that can happen. The next, I don't know, Taylor Pendrith, who's done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for all that. Regular scheduled Tour Junkies content this week. So you're getting your emails, you're getting your podcasts, your sleepers videos coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. Pat's doing his fantasy golf sommelier video. The Nut Hut live chat on Wednesday night is happening. The Nut Hut is still a thing, even in football season. And we got football content in the Nut Hut now, too. So what's up? Oh, by the way, I was thinking when we did our top 50 to not win, that should be the comment. So drop that. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, drop the comment. What player in the top 50 right now would you risk attending a WNBA game on not winning this season? Got to be on the PGA Tour. Put that in the YouTube comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you've not already. Hit the like button. Let's continue down the betting board. Pat, up to 130 to 1. Who are your boys? Who we riding with?
All right. Well, I know you can't stand it. I feel like I gotta go with Patrick Rogers at 100 to 1. I do. Sorry.
R.I.P. Yo money. R.I.P. Yo money.
I like Brandon Wu at 130 to 1. We haven't talked about him at all. It's a guy that's been playing well on the PGA Tour. Brandon Wu is a solid player. Solid player.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find real quick. He did miss a cut here last year, but it was the first time he's ever played here. But if you look at his last few events, missed a cut at the FedEx St. Jude, but had that top 10 at the Wyndham, top 30 at the Rocket Mortgage. I just think Wu is one of those just really solid, I guess he's not a graduate. I guess last year was maybe his first year on tour, but still played well near the end of the year. I like him at 130 to 1. And then Chris Goddard is 130 to 1. He's a bomber. We talked about it on the DFS show that we think that he could have some high ownership where he is, which means a lot of people like him. A lot of people like his skill set, especially for this golf course. So you're getting him at 130 to 1. He was very chalky at the end of the season, before we got into the playoffs at some of those later events that he was playing. So I think at 130 to 1, Goddard could also be a good bet. And I kind of refuse to play him.
Yeah, we
At
both
the end.
did.
Yeah, we were kind of both just not
We dug
buying
our
it.
heels in.
Yeah. But he has a little bit of a Cam Champ feel to him. When Cam Champ won this event, he was the same type player. Bombed it off the tee. We weren't really sure where he was going to be with his putting and his wedges and all that kind of stuff. And then Cam Champ wins. Okay. Goddard's kind of very similar skill set. Can bomb it off the tee. They're sending videos of him hitting it on the range, bombing it. So I like Goddard, and I like 130 to 1.
Speaking of Cam Champ, I'll go Cam Champ at 80 to 1 on DraftKings. Love that for a past champion, a guy who lit this place up and who flashed form towards the end of the year at the 3M and the Rocket Mortgage. We know he can win on the courses that he can really tear up, which he did here a couple years ago. I like it. He's recovered from an injury. He's in a good spot mentally. He talked about that at the 3M. I like Cam Champ a lot at 80 to 1. I'll for sure be clicking that one. I'm tempted to go Carl Jan, the number one Corn Ferry Tour Order of Merit winner, finished 14th and 5th in the finals. Had a great season. Just really strong player. I'm tempted to go there at 100-1. We'll see if that comes around. I don't know if he'll make the betting card or not, but I like him. And then Alex Smalley, who we talked a lot about at the end of
Yes.
last year, hits it a long way. Good player, 110-1 on MGM. And then Michael Gligic at 130-1. He's not a rookie. He's not really ever done a whole lot on the PGA Tour. He continues to keep his card. Thanks a lot in part to some of the live departures. But Michael Gligic had a really strong playoffs at the Korn Ferry Tour playoffs, finished 4th and 5th in 2 events. We talked about that on the DFS show. Like, it might be hard for some of these guys that you may not have seen since the BMW or maybe even the St. Jude to really understand, are they still in any kind of form whatsoever? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But these Korn Ferry Tour guys that had to grind it out in the finals, they had like a week off, and now they're here. And Gligic was one of those, and he hits it a long way. 130-1 on DraftKings. I kind of like Gligic. Yeah. All right. What about bombs over 130-1? You mentioned Goddard up at 131. Let's see. I like well, I like some big bombs here. Joseph Bramlett, I talked about him a little bit on the DFS show.
Yeah.
This is a home game for him. He's on record saying this is a home game for him. He likes this golf course a lot. He would be in that Cam Champ, you know, cut, right? He just hits it a mile. So he could do that and get his first win on the PGA Tour. He's 180-1. It's probably not happening. Here's a name that we haven't mentioned all night that you're probably going to be shocked that I'm mentioning. Shocked. But he actually plays pretty well here. And everybody's going to get a lot of good opportunities to make some putts and do their thing here. And Peter Malnotti
Oh my god.
at
Oh.
200-1 is a putting fool, a bucket hat putting fool. His best surface is POA. Had some decent finishes at the end of last year. 9th at the Byron Nelson, 11th at the 3M, 27th at the Wyndham, and playing here. He's got some top 25, some top 30s, 22nd here last year. He's played here, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 times. He's never lost strokes putting here. In fact, he has some major peak putting weeks here. Listen to this: 6.6, 6.2, 6, 5.5, 2.6, 2.3, 1.4, and 0.7. Those were strokes gained putting all 8 years. I mean, 3 years over 6 strokes gained putting. He loves putting on this place. So if he could just do something special with his, approach play, I mean, watch out for Bucket Hat Malnotti at 200-1. I like that. And then the last Korn Ferry Tour guy that I would mention. Oh my God, I just saw this. I was looking at oh my God. Oh God, that's so
I
awful.
was having trouble. I couldn't.
Well, yeah, beat F cancer and all, and shout out Joel Damon for that hat, but that is an ugly thing. Do you wear that ever?
No, but I just had it sitting there next to me. So when you started talking about the bucket hat, I went to try to go get it. But bucket hat and the headphones don't
No,
work
they
too
don't
well.
go very well. That's probably it for me. Actually, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna hold off for the other bombs for possible top 20s. Who you got here?
Okay. I don't have a lot. I like Hayden Buckley at 150-1.
Yep, I like that.
I like this kid MJ Dafu, Dofu, Tofu, whatever the hell it is. I think this is a guy that played extremely well all year last year on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Yep.
Just a solid player. He is at 180-1. He's second in the field, by the way, and he was second on the Korn Ferry Tour. Sorry, in driving distance last year. So bombs it off the tee. So I do like him. So I'll give you those two, and then we'll get into some top 20s.
If you look around, like I've looked at all these Korn Ferry Tour guys, you look around, man, there are not too many guys that come out of the top 25 or the finals on the Korn Ferry Tour that don't bomb it. Like, we talk about it all the time with distance and the distance issues and players getting longer and longer. I mean, it's really happening. Like so many of these guys hit it a long way, long way.
Yeah.
If you don't hit it a long way on the PGA Tour right now, like every year they bring in a fresh crop of guys who blast it, just
Hmm.
absolutely send it. All right. Um, that hat is just so terrible. All right. With the last few minutes we have here, we're going to give you our favorite outright bets and some top 20s that we like, presented to you by our friends at Covers. Winning starts at covers.com. Check it out. All the content you need, especially for the NFL. They've got you right. I'm telling you. They got it going. Adam Chernoff up there is doing his thing with the NFL. Go check it out. Winning starts at covers.com. All right. Favorite outright bets. We've given a lot of names. We're talking about, we're thinking about these guys, or we this guy maybe, this guy whatever. Favorite bets for me, the two at 30-1, Cam Davis, Taylor Pendrith, getting ready to play their first President's Cups next week. Both bombers, just both played really well at the end of the season last year. Both have great potential. I love that. And then I will go. I'm surprised you didn't mention him. I actually left him for you. I don't even know that I talked about him, but I really like Taylor Moore at 70-1 on BetMGM. I'll take that. Cam Champ, talked about that a lot. I love him at 80-1. And then I will say, I'm going to stop there. Those are probably my favorite outrights. Those are the ones I want to get right now.
Okay. Well, I will start, and I know you don't like it. I don't care. Corey Connors 18-1. I'll start with that. And then I love Cam
Should
Davis.
go Max Homa 15-1 instead.
And then I love Cam Davis at 30-1.
Agreement there.
Great bet there. And then my next play that I like, I'm gonna go with Andrew Putnam at 60-1. Get at Andrew Putnam there at 60-1.
The guilty pleasure. The
Yeah.
guilty pleasure at 60-1, but we both like it. So total agreement there outside of the Corey Connors play. Top 20s. Top 20s. I think you're the two safest top 20s to me at plus money, because I'm not going to give you a top 20 at I'm just not going to give you a minus number on a top 20. But Cam Davis and Taylor Pendrith, who we both talked about. Cam's plus 125, Pendrith's plus 175. I think those are interesting. We didn't talk about Brendan Steele, the two-time champion, but he's plus 230 to finish top 20. I do think there's attractive value there. I don't know that I'm ready to bet on Brendan Steele to win at 45-1 or whatever he is, but a top 20 number on him I kind of like. I mentioned Taylor Moore. He's at plus 275. I like that. Cam Champ at plus 330. Love that. Callum Tarren, my boy,
Yeah.
my main
Yeah.
guy. I'm gonna be wasting a lot of units on Callum Tarren this year, but I think he's gonna actually pay off. Callum Tarren is 4-1, and I'm taking it. And then finally, the last rookie I'll give you some exposure to. I'll educate you on a little bit. This guy finished, where did he finish? 12th in the order of merit. He's the latest electric young South Korean. He's won 4 times internationally, which is, the kid's a stud. And he crushed it on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's in Dallas with the South Korean camp, led by KJ Choi there, alongside Siwoo Kim, Tom Kim. It's SH Kim or Sung Hyun Kim is a stud, and he's plus 550. Sweet swinging Sung Hyun plus 550, top 20. That's a bomb now. Okay, that's a bomb
This week, that's a bomb. I
this
mean,
week.
it's
But he's a name. He's a name that I'm telling you, his odds, his DraftKings price, everything's going to get shorter and shorter as the year goes on. So this could be your discount week.
all right. Well, I don't have anybody that long, I don't think. I do like Davis Riley at plus 180. I like Grillo at plus 225. I like Hoagie at plus 250. And then I'll give you last one I'll give you is Goddard at plus 450. Those are my
I like that Goddard up number.
4 favorite top 20s right there.
There you go. There you have it. That's the betting show presented to you by Covers, covers.com, the first betting show of the 2022-2023 season on the PGA Tour. We got the goods, some more goods coming out this week. We're going to have live golf content. G Money, the young kid, Garrett Simmons is going to do a live golf preview on Wednesday for the Chicago event. I think they're in Chicago.
Mhm.
We've got Pat's Fantasy Golf Sommelier. Got the sleepers video dropping, the emails dropping, the betting cards going. Let's run it back another year on the PGA Tour to bend over your bookies. All right, let's have a week. See ya.